To hear John David Franz's story, one gets the impression that he has always been in a hurry. Completing high school in 3 years at age 16, becoming a municipal judge in Hidalgo at 18, completing a BA degree in government at Pan American University at 20, graduating from the University of Texas School of Law at 23, being elected mayor of his hometown at 29, and appointed by the governor to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Board at 34. And though he admits to being quite ambitious as a young man, he says that his parents and the example they set for him and his younger sister were the real driving forces in his developing a resume of achievement that resulted in his selection as a 2015 Pillar of Success. John David was blessed to be born to great parents. His father, Johnny, a native of Hidalgo, served in the U.S. Army and met his wife, Siglinde, while stationed in Germany. Both had strong work ethics, were actively involved in community service, and instilled in their children the importance of a college education. Reflecting on his time at Pan American, John David remembers driving the 17 miles from Hidalgo to campus every day, making time to be involved in campus life. As a student senator, he was afforded leadership training. As a debater, he traveled and represented Pan American at intercollegiate competitions, where he and his debate partner won several tournaments throughout Texas. When appointed municipal judge in Hidalgo at the age of 18, the Pan Am student was reputed to be the youngest judge in Texas history. He held that position for 2 years until shortly before leaving for the UT School of Law, where he became president of the Chicano Law Students Association and received the Baker & Bott's Outstanding Senior Student Award. After graduation, he spent a year as a law clerk in Brownsville with U.S. District Judge Ricardo Hinojosa of the Southern District of Texas. For the young attorney, the clerkship not only provided him a wonderful new mentor and great legal experience, it also helped him keep his career goals on track, since he had always planned to return to the Rio Grande Valley. Following his clerkship, the Pan Am alum joined the civil trial firm of Wiley & Fleurier in Harlingen and practiced civil litigation, becoming a partner in Fleurier, Schell, and Franz in 1988. Soon thereafter, several community and business leaders from his hometown of Hidalgo came calling, asked if he would return home and run for mayor. The call to public service was so strong that he and his wife decided to accept the challenge. He opened an office in McAllen and was elected mayor of Hidalgo in 1990. That was the beginning of a 22-year tenure in which he worked with a dedicated team to instill fiscal responsibility in city government, bringing Hidalgo out of continuing operational deficits and leaving it with a multi-million-dollar cash reserve, all while maintaining one of the lowest property tax rates in South Texas. While serving as mayor, John David was appointed by Governor George W. Bush in 1994 as part of a 9-member board overseeing the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And in 2006, Governor Rick Perry appointed him to the Texas Task Force on Appraisal Reform. Among his proudest achievements as mayor are the securing of a stake for Hidalgo in the Ansel Duis International Bridge, which he considers the port of the future, the opening of the historic Pump House Museum, committing the city's support to Borderfest and helping it become an internationally recognized community and cultural festival, starting the Holiday Festival of Lights in Hidalgo, and supporting Ramon Ayala's Christmas Posada, building State Farm Arena in 2003, and helping Hidalgo achieve All-America City status in 2004. For his selfless service and long-standing commitment to bettering his community, the Rio Grande Valley and the Texas border region, the UTPA Distinguished Alumnus was honored in 2009 as the Border Texan of the Year. While John David refers to himself as a work in progress, he considers his greatest blessing to be his wife, the former Annette Diaz, a 1994 graduate of UT Pan American who he met on a blind date while he was doing his law clerkship. He describes her as a woman of tremendous faith and is thankful to her for leading him to Christ. To share their faith, the Franzes and their youngest son, Stephen, have done missionary work in Kenya, while their eldest son, John David Jr., has done missionary work in Togo and Guatemala. For John David Franz, life is no longer about personal gain and professional success. It's about spending time with his family and about his family's duty to help those in need, because he says, God has been very gracious to them.